What's up, everybody? I'm Josh Meek, the Uber Geek, and welcome to This Week in Magic for Sunday, March 18th. Of course, this is the show where we go in depth on all of the news, happenings, and goings-on in the world of Magic the Gathering. And there's a lot going on in Magic the Gathering, so let's jump right into it right now. Of course, Dominaria is the next set coming from Magic the Gathering, and it's about a month away right now. And the hype for it, at least for me, is definitely building. Of course, last week we did get that leak of the release notes for Dominaria. It originally came out in Chinese, and then, of course, Wizards owned up to it and released the translated version. So we know a lot of the cards that are in the set, but we don't know the art, and we're still missing a bunch of the cards. There's still a lot of unknowns as it pertains to Dominaria. We know that the spoiler season is going to start in full effect this coming Wednesday, March 21st. That is where we'll get the mechanics and rules articles coming out, and of course, that's when the cards themselves with the full art, the full printing of the cards, will start to be revealed. We will hopefully that day or in one of the next few days start to see the new legendary card frame that's coming out in Dominaria. And, you know, this is them retooling it a little bit as far as the leak goes, but for the most part, it seems like Wizards is going to run this spoiler season basically as things were before, maybe slightly accelerated. But, you know, things are still fun, things are still fresh, people are still going to experience this spoiler season as normal, with cards trickling out and, you know, spoiler cards given out to various members of the community to spoil on their YouTube shows or on their podcast or on their Twitter, as they've done before. So kind of expect business as usual, despite the fact that we might know the text of some of the cards that are being spoiled. The first Dominaria Magic story will go up on Wednesday as well, so we'll be able to start diving into the world of Dominaria and what exactly is going on there now as we go back. We also got, this past week, our first look at the card frame for a Saga enchantment, and they look pretty wild. So I'm pretty excited about their general look about them. They have this crazy new card frame. Basically, the card is cut vertically down the middle. So there's the art on one side, and you have the text on the other. You have this bookmark that's hanging down the side to list off the chapter numbers. This is a card that they could have, you know, easily put in a regular card frame, but because these things are a little bit special, because they are historic cards that are being called out in that keyword, they're going to look a lot different. You're going to know when a Saga comes down onto the battlefield because it will look so much drastically different than the rest of the set and the rest of the cards that are in play. Super cool. I think that this is going to be a card frame that is going to have a lot of people hate it and a lot of people love it, but I'm definitely on the love it side, and I'm excited to see more art and different cards in this frame. You know, obviously the one that we've seen so far fits very well, and I'm really excited to see if everything is kind of designed with that vertical art in mind. But the Sagas, if the Sagas are any indication, the legendary card frame change should hopefully be an exciting one for all of us. And we'll certainly know very soon here. In non-Dominaria Magic news, Masters 25 released on Friday. And there is a little bit of a craziness going on in the Magic community right now relating to Masters 25, because it appears through some anecdotal evidence that there's the potential for some non-randomized boxes. So Rudy from the YouTube channel Alpha Investments opened a couple boxes on his show on video, and the second box that he opened was almost identical in terms of rares as his first box. There was a single rare difference, which was a Jace, between the two boxes that he opened. And at least on the video, he just picks up 2 random boxes from his large shipment of boxes that he received. So it seems like, at least there, that something happened between these 2 boxes and they're the same. There's really no evidence one way or another whether this is true and you can find actually identical boxes, whether this was a very strange anomaly on his part, or exactly what is going on. So, you know, keep that in mind as you are buying single packs of Masters 25, or at least kind of do a little Google and see if anything has come up. Obviously, the big fear here is that boxes can be mapped, meaning that maybe if someone figures out how to exploit this, they can figure out what cards are going to be in what packs before those packs actually get opened. And then this nefarious individual can grab the packs that have the expensive cards in them and leave you, the unwary shopper that is just purchasing single packs, to have all the packs that don't have any value in them whatsoever. Now, we have no indication thus far that the set can be mapped, but obviously that's the fear when you start seeing these predictable boxes like this. So again, word of warning, keep that in mind. That's the current rumblings going on in the world of Magic right now. Now, personally, as far as Masters 25 and it being a Magic set, I played a little bit of it sealed over this weekend, and my personal box of Masters 25 is coming on Monday, so I'll get to play a bit more. And it's super fun. There's a lot of cool cards in the set that are a blast to play, a blast to put into a sealed deck. Everything feels impactful. You feel like you're putting some very powerful effects and very powerful cards into those decks. So, you know, I'm pretty excited about the general kind of sealed draft environment for Masters 25. And it's a pretty cool kind of like smattering of cards throughout Magic's history. And of course, I think that the awesome look of the cards is cool. I think that the watermark on all the cards is really awesome. So I'm pretty excited just from a design and gameplay standpoint for this set. However, not everyone is super stoked, if you will, about Masters 25. There's been a lot of discussion about this Master set and about the value that it might contain. Lots of stores across the country have adopted essentially the tree-free guarantee, where if you get a Tree of Redemption in your pack that you buy from their store, they will give you another pack for free, because it's such a bummer to pull a Tree of Redemption out of this set because it's worth almost nothing and it's taking up the, of course, mythic slot there. So, you know, that's led to a lot of discussion this week and kind of building up to the release of Masters 25 about what are these sets, these Master sets, what should they be? Should they have themes like this one does, like Iconic Masters did? Or should they just all be generic Modern Masters, Eternal Masters? Should they be designed as draft sets? So should we see cards that are in there just to make it a playable draft environment? Or should these just be chock full of necessary reprint cards? And finally, I think the biggest debate that's come up this past week is, should packs of these Master sets cost $10? $10 is a big ask, and if you're putting cards like Tree of Redemption in the set, I think a lot of people are going to be balking at that. And when you look at sets like Iconic Masters, you know, boxes, sealed product of that set went way, way down in price after release, and things just aren't really holding their value there. So a lot of people are deciding not to purchase these things at $10 a pop. Personally, I think somewhere in the $6 to $6.99 range makes a lot of sense. They're selling these for cheaper on Magic Online, if it's any indication. But, you know, I think as we continue on and we have more and more of these Master sets, I think that a cheaper pack price is maybe something that would be a really nice direction to have this go. I think we'd have more people buying boxes. I think we'd have more people drafting these sets. And I think we'd end up seeing more cards in circulation if the pack prices were just a little bit cheaper. But it's definitely a discussion that's going on a lot. People are really kind of talking about this as Master sets continue to come out. So an ongoing discussion there. Moving on from Masters 25, we got the announcement this week of a new board game based in the world of Magic the Gathering. It's coming from WizKids. It's called Heroes of Dominaria. And, you know, Magic has started doing kind of boxed game products that revolve around Magic the Gathering as of late. Of course, the Explorers of Ixalan game, Arch Enemy, those all revolve around you playing Magic the Gathering still, but just with some extra elements added in. This is a lot different. So this is not that. This is a Euro game. So a real board game. There's no Magic playing going on inside this game. It's a classic Euro game. There are a limited number of turns based on the players that are playing. Each player has a character board, which tracks most of the rules of the game and kind of their current stats. You're going to be moving things around on a board. It has a map where you're taking over different areas of the map. And it looks very much like, Ticket to Ride or something like that. So it's pretty far removed from Magic the Gathering, but it is going to be based on the characters and locations of Dominaria and of Magic as a whole. Now, this game's coming out in August for a premium edition that contains 4 pre-painted miniatures that you can use with the game, or a standard version is coming out a little bit before that in July. And, I'm definitely holding out judgment on this game. I'm not a huge fan of all of the Euro games in the board gaming world, but some of them are definitely a blast. So as we get closer and the rules come out, I'll definitely check out the rules of this game to see if it sounds fun, read some reviews. But it definitely has my interest peaked as a fan of Magic and also a fan of board gaming. That's Heroes of Dominaria. And then finally, the last piece of news for this week, Magic the Gathering Arena is a new online version of Magic that is currently in development. It's in beta, people are playing this game, but it's been under NDA up until now. NDA, of course, stands for a non-disclosure agreement. That means that people that are in the beta can't tell you about the fact that they're in the beta. They can't give you their impressions. They can't write articles about it. And most importantly, they can't stream the game. So while a bunch of people are playing this game, we don't really have any coverage of it because they are, bound by NDA up until now. Well, all of that is changing on March 22nd. That's when the NDA is dropping for Magic Arena. With that means that people can finally talk about their experiences and they can stream the game. So expect March 22nd to be Twitch to be filled with people playing Magic Arena. Along with this NDA dropping, the game is getting a new update that includes a collection reset, so all of your cards are going away if you are currently in the beta. It'll also get some visual polish, some bug fixes, and they're adding Amonkhet cards to the beta as well. So when people start streaming on March 22nd, they can dive in and play with the new Amonkhet cards. Personally, I'm very excited to finally, see what people are saying, thinking about this thing, to start watching it on Twitch. I really have high hopes for this, and I hope that this game is awesome. I hope it is more than just another Duels of the Planeswalkers, and we'll start to get a little bit of an idea about that on March 22nd. Now, along with this announcement of dropping the NDA, they also released a creator's kit, which is actually super cool of them. It includes some stream overlays and general graphics that you can use when you are presenting content while playing this game. So some cool, like, stream starting soon, be right back, and then just general overlays for the game itself. So if you are a content creator out there looking to hop into, playing this game for the first time, or maybe just getting into streaming on Twitch, that's a really cool way to get started, and very cool of Wizards to put something like that out. I hope that kind of puts forth they're going to be very supportive of people playing this game, and they're going to be very mindful of the fact that this game is going to get streamed and people are going to be producing content surrounding this game. That's something that doesn't really happen as much with Magic Online currently. So that wraps up the news of the week for Magic the Gathering. Thank you very much for joining me to hear all about the news. Make sure that you tune in again next week for another This Week in Magic. And of course, check this channel every single day for entertainment and pop culture news and opinions from the normal Pretty D's show. So make sure that you follow Pretty D's show and like it on Facebook, facebook.com/PrettyDee'sShow. Follow me on Twitter @PrettyDee'sShow and visit PrettyDee'sShow.com. Of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel, like this video, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the Pretty D's podcast. So thanks for watching. I'll be back next week. Till then, have a week, everybody. Peace.